So we've got the two walls done. We've got the lower section and the upper section on both walls here behind me. So what we've got to do now, we're going to run along and put some tape on the joint here, also on the bottom plate and the top plate and the corner. There's a reason you do this. So you've got this high performance wrap and it's airtight in itself. So if you've got all these gaps here and also the gap down here, what you get is you get air movement coming in here and it works its way up and it goes out through the top. And because on this side, you're going to have a, depending on summer or winter, but in winter you've got the warmth on the inside, the cold on the outside, and it's always trying to merge together. It always wants to reach equilibrium. So you've always got this flow of air in winter time. It'll be the warmth will always be flowing this direction. Warm always wants to merge with the cold. And also the vapor pressure, there's going to be more vapor pressure inside. And so the vapor is always coming outwards as well, in general. And if it's windy, like it is today, that can reverse because of the pressure on the building. So the point is, if we've got all this air going through, and we've got insulation behind this, the insulation itself allows air movement. And the air, as it flies up and goes out through the top, it's going to collect all that warmth from the inside and exhaust it outside the thermal envelope. So if you're going to go and fit a wrap like this, if you don't tape fully, you're not getting the proper performance of this building fabric, and it's very good building fabric. And so Bradford, CSR Bradford did some tests in a test chamber. So they built one wall and they built it like a normal brick veneer construction, they had gyprock on the inside, skirting boards and cornice. They had one power point, one light switch and one window in the wall. So they built it normally without any wraps. Then they put the wrap on like this. So there was no tape on the wrap at all. So as far as air tightness, they had a 20% reduction or 20% improvement in air tightness. So putting this on without any tape. And then they taped the horizontal joint next and around the window as well. And then they had a 50% increase in air tightness. Then they taped the top plate and the bottom plate and they had an 82% increase in air tightness. So you've only got one chance, I'll keep saying this, you only got one chance to do this. Do it right, because it's going to be there for another 25, 50 years. And if you don't do it all the time, you just got money. Money's just going to be flowing out the window all the time in heating costs. So do it once, do it right, and spend a little bit of time to do that. Still keeping on the outside and talking about the wraps, you'll notice here that we've used a polyurethane to seal the wrap to the concrete. And there's a good reason for doing this. Well, it's for the airflow going through there. But before we seal that, you've got a big gap underneath here because there's dags on the edge of the concrete. And so that bottom plate never sits fully down to the concrete. It'll never give you an airtight seal. And as you can see, yeah, I can push the metal ruler straight through there. And if we don't seal underneath that bottom plate to the concrete, we're just going to have big airflow again. If you measure the perimeter of the building and try and calculate or imagine what the airflow through there will be, and if you've got carpet on the inside, is the airflow just going to go straight through? If you've got tiles, it might be blocked a little bit, but if you've got carpet, you've got a big reduction in the performance of your house. So here we are showing the transition between the external wall here and the internal garage wall. And it's important that we keep the building membrane basically continuous all the way around there. So we've taped to this stud work here, and it's also taped to the stud work on here. So it's not necessary that we actually tape all around the noggins. We can use the timber as a continuation as well. And by keeping the continuation, we've also got the thermal envelope also continues through there as well. So there's no real weak spot in that corner like you would generally get in many constructions.